Let's get started. Another news roundup is starting right now with all the updates on the Commanders. Quick, direct, and straightforward information. If you're new, subscribe now and make sure you don't miss anything about the team. Don't forget to like the video so I can continue making them. To begin, Washington signed a $4 million contract to retain the wide receiver. It's a smart move to ensure depth on the roster before the opening of free agency on Monday. Burks has talent, but let's be honest, he alone doesn't solve the vertical threat problem that Jayden Daniels needs. If there's one name that could make this offense soar, it's Alec Pierce. Even with fewer than 90 passes thrown his way with the Colts, he broke the 1,000-yard barrier. He led the NFL with an average of over 20 yards per reception. Pierce is the best WR available in free agency this year. He's the master of contested catches and the right guy to clear opposing defenses, taking away Terry McLaurin's double coverage. Despite being the perfect fit on paper, Adam Peters' reality is different. Peters isn't known for entering desperate auctions or inflated bidding wars. Pierce wants to be the WR1. Here in Washington, the throne belongs to McLaurin. The number of teams needing a primary receiver is high, and that will push Pierce's price sky high. Unless Pierce accepts a co-star role, the likelihood of him wearing burgundy and gold is low. The focus should remain on low-risk, high-potential names. So, do you think Adam Peters should open the coffers and enter the fight for Alec Pierce? Or does Treylon Burks' renewal already show that the plan is different? Comment below what you think.
Changing the subject, next up, the Washington Commanders have signed a contract extension via Drew Rosenhaus with defensive end Deatrich Jr. Many fans might wonder, why re-sign a player who barely saw the field in 2025? For those who don't remember, Wise had terrible luck. He was injured in Week 2 against the Packers, trying to block an extra point. It was a serious quadriceps injury that sidelined him for the entire year. But Adam Peters doesn't just look at the 2025 tape, he looks at the resume of a winner. Deatrich Wise Jr. is no ordinary veteran. He spent 8 years under Bill Belichick with the New England Patriots. He knows what it's like to be at the top of the world. From 2022 to 2024, he was elected captain by his own teammates in Foxborough. That's not something anyone can do. In 2024, he was the Patriots nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. He brings something to Washington that doesn't show up on the stat sheet: vocal leadership. In a young locker room with Jayden Daniels and new pieces arriving in the draft, having a guy who's seen it all in the league is like having a coach on the field. When Wise is at 100%, he's a monster of versatility. At 6'3" and 227 pounds, he's the perfect size for the scheme of the new defensive coordinator, Durante Jones. In 2022, he had his best mark, 7.5 sacks and 59 tackles. He's had games with 3 sacks against the Ravens and is a master at pressuring the quarterback from different angles off the line. That's 128 games of NFL experience. He can read the plays even before the snap. Wise's renewal, along with that of DT Shy Tuttle, shows that Washington wants stability in the trenches. Peters recently said, "We're not just collecting talent, we're building a team." By securing Wise before the market opens, the team avoids bidding wars and ensures the locker room will have a moral compass. He is the ideal mentor for young players like Johnny Newton, teaching the work ethic necessary to be an elite professional in the NFL. My view is that Deatrich Wise Jr. is the insurance of our defense. If he returns with 80% of the health he had with the Patriots, he's a solid starter. If not, he's still worth every penny as the leader this young roster needs. Do you think Wise still has what it takes, or should the Commanders have gone for someone younger on the market? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, to wrap up today's updates, everyone's talking about Alec Pierce or Tyler Linderbaum, but General Manager Adam Peters knows that free agency is a game of strategy. You can't win every auction. That's why Washington needs backup options with a starting ceiling. We have many positions to fill, and while we've brought back veterans like Deatrich Wise and Drake Jackson to add depth, the team still lacks a dominant quarterback chaser. That's where Arnold Ebiketie comes in. Ebiketie just turned 27 and is in a moment of now or never in his career. He was a second-round pick by the Falcons, but his playing time in Atlanta decreased drastically after the team selected two pass rushers in the first round of the last draft, James Pierce and Jalen Walker. He is extremely explosive off the edge. He has that initial burst of speed that leaves opposing tackles behind, and an intensity of play, the famous engine that doesn't stop until the final whistle. He fits perfectly into what Durante Jones wants to do, being able to play in both four-man formations and odd-numbered fronts, attacking the gaps in the line with lateral agility. The projected market value for Ebiketie is a 2-year, $16 million contract. For a player who has already shown he can deliver 6 sacks per season, even in rotation, this value is a bargain. It's the kind of investment that allows Adam Peters to spend more on other positions, like WR or offensive line, and still guarantee an immediate upgrade on defense. Would you prefer that? Should Washington spend the entire budget on a single elite name, or do you like this idea of seeking out hidden gems like Ebiketie to strengthen the roster as a whole? I think he, under Dan Quinn's tutelage, can finally explode into 10 or 12 sacks. Comment below what you think of this strategy, share this video with your friends, and let's follow every step of this free agency. Next, Commanders, thank you for watching. Did you like the video? Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. It's very important that we're in this together. Thank you for everything, and let's go, Commanders.